Hi, you gorgeous people. So, first of all, what I want to say about today is it's day 13, and I have been resisting this video so much. And I know there's crazy energies about here, but I have been really resisting it. And I've been so aware of myself resisting it. In fact, I've been resisting a couple of things that I'll speak about in a minute. But although we're going down the path of least resistance, that doesn't mean that there aren't going to be some times where you do sort of resist it. Knowing that this was the best thing to do, and it's not about, I should be doing it, just that I really want to do it. I want to do it, even though that, it's that kind of thing like, oh no, I don't want to. I really want to do it. But sometimes we just have to show up. And I think one of the other reasons that I was reluctant to do this video is because of what I said yesterday. I said, I feel that there's a message in there for me, and I'm going to go down that route. And I looked at my bank account and I listened to the words of what it said about me. So there's a lot of things that what it said about me, but it's really interesting because there was a couple of things that were sort of old ways of thinking. I used to think like that, but there wasn't really very much, because what was coming up for me was actually money's just a game. That was coming through so loud and clear. This is just a game. Money's just a game. It's just energy. There's nothing attached. There's nothing that, at the end of the day, if everything was stripped back and we didn't have money as a currency, then we'd have to use something else, and it'd be valueless. Like rocks. There's cultures out there that have rocks as really, really valuable, whereas we have money and diamonds and things like that. It's crazy the value that we put on things. Being able to create the life of my dreams. Do I feel that when I look at my bank balance, am I there yet? Well, in my old sort of thoughts, I would have said, I need to create the life of my dreams. And then there's this other just big voice that comes booming in and says, well, you already are. You're already living that. Like, what do you want? To be able to go on holiday whenever you want. Yeah, you can do that. To have a great relationship with your children. Yeah, you've got that. To have a loving relationship with a man that I truly love and adore, and he does me, then yeah, you've got that. To be able to converse and have fun and laugh with my family, yeah, I've got that. When you look at what is important in life, what is important to you, alright, do you have the ability to do that, or are you putting something in your way to do that? Who knows? It's crazy. This is, when I looked at it, what was my resistance? My resistance was against the whole thing is that I couldn't even remember what my question was. All I remember was the feeling that I was quite emotional when asking it yesterday, and I thought, oh gosh, that's gonna make me go down a deep rabbit hole, and I'm gonna cry again and stuff like that. And actually, when I looked at it, I was like, I'm not gonna cry because this doesn't bother me. This stuff, it doesn't bother me. There's other stuff that bothers me, of course there is. But that stuff, it doesn't bother me. Because money's just energy. So, why are you resisting? It's a challenge to look at what are you resisting at. The other thing I am resisting at, and I know I am, but this is again, it's like, Julie, it's going to be the best for you. Okay, so this is what's called pomander, okay, and I got it from a beautiful lady called Linda Fennessy, and I can put a link down to down in the bottom to her sort of her contact details. And Linda does something called Orosoma, right? And it's crazy. You've got like these bottles, beautiful glass bottles with 2 different colours in them. And there's like, I don't know, about 115, 120 different combinations of them. And they're born at different times. You know, they're born and they're a mixture of crystals and herbs and flowers and, you know, all this amazing magical stuff. And this one is called Olive, okay? And it was actually born, I believe, I'm sure it was this one, yeah, this one was born at the same time as the Twin Towers, like the same day that the Twin Towers happened. So, yes, it brings up like fears and bitterness and all the scary stuff, but it also brings up like hope for the future and I've got goosebumps, connectedness. You know, I remember after 9/11 that the entire world seemed to just collect together and just, you know, although there was a lot of fear there was a lot of, you know, coming together and being, you know, for human nature, okay? So I've been resisting this, but like I have been doing it sort of twice a day. So I'm going to show you what you do with this, okay? This is an olive pomander, and when I went along to a workshop with Linda, she does an amazing workshops, when I went along to the workshop, I didn't buy anything because I didn't know what to buy. And then I had a dream that screamed at me, you have to get the olive pomander. So, you know, had to go do it. So basically, as you open it up, you just take your hand and you put 3 dots on your left hand, okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then you put the little lid on, okay? And then you put your hand over each other and just rub it. Don't smell it yet, okay? And just make like you're dropping the pomander into your body, throughout your body, okay? Now, you're putting your hands out there, and action follows thought. So you just think about what's going out into your left hand, healing wrapped around the world. So go right around the world and in through the grid lines, everything like that. Just think about that and how you're just healing, sending out all those healing vibes right around the world and back into the right hand, okay? Then you, I'm going to open up my channels first. So opening up your channels just here, just at your temples. Okay, so you open up the channels there. And then you take your both hands and you put your male and female together, balancing them out. Okay, sending that healing out to the world, but balancing them out. You take it to your third eye chakra, to your throat. Then you hold it over your heart. Okay, and hopefully you guys will be able to see this. I'm actually gonna just put you down here so that you can see me a bit more. Yep, and then you go over your solar plexus, your sacral, your root chakra, and then you just like this go put it down to your star, your ground star, Mother Earth. Okay, send healing vibes through to Mother Earth. Okay. And then I think that was it. Yes, I think that's the ritual. And then literally you're taking your hands, put them over and breathing 3 times. And if you're doing it with other people, then they would be protecting you. But seeing as I'm doing it myself, and I'm protecting myself all over my back, all over my back, and that is it. Okay, seems like a crazy ritual, right? But here's what happens: is things start coming to you, like the lessons that you need to learn with this, they start coming to you. Okay, so you work through the entire bottle. So when I see it, I look at it and go, oh, it's gonna take me ages to learn the lesson. I don't want to learn the lesson. Again, resistance coming up. But the whole thing is I do want to learn the lesson because I want to create even more for you guys, even more for me in this life. So I know it's a longer video, but you know, I'll put the question in the comments as well. You know, what's your path of least resistance? Is your resistance true resistance, or do you want to do it? You just know how impactful it's going to be. And there's always a protection there. You know, you have protection in your own body. And some of them are pushing you towards it and some of them are pulling you away from it. Both are doing good things. None of them are bad. They're just doing the same thing, but just in different ways. So ask me questions about this if you want, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.